Wow, we're all on and we can all hear each other.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That was like the quickest
Somebody's gonna tell creepy
setup
stories.
ever. What's that?
You look like you're gonna tell some creepy stories.
Oh, I
Around the
totally
campfire.
look. I'm like the Blair Witch, the cover of
Yeah.
the Blair Witch Project.
Nice, nice.
I live in what looks like the Blair Witch. Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, see,
Yeah.
I've got the visor with the mirror light open. Trying to. Yeah.
It's not a bad look, really. You're just missing the sunglasses. Then it'd be really slick.
Nice.
There it is. That is awesome. Yeah.
He's about to unleash his manifesto.
Yeah, we're going to get some
That's
gold
it.
teeth up in there, and there you go. Well, here I got a surprise for you, Dan. Listen to this.
Oh boy.
Would you like to finish it, Captain? I don't know how. That is not true, sir.
I could play the
Yeah.
trailer. I could play the trailer while we're talking about it. I could play anything
That's
off
cool.
of YouTube. I could play anything. I mean, I could play a Netflix, whatever. So
Nice.
it's weird. I was telling anyway. I could go on for like an hour about that, but I mean, Dan, it's unbelievable. This Mac suddenly works, and it works faster than it has in years. It's crazy. I don't know what the hell. Anyway,
I think you deleted a bad file and now it's working great.
yeah, I guess. I don't know. I deleted a lot of stuff. I'm down to 210 gigs on the hard drive, whereas when I started trying to mess with this thing, I had 982 gigs on the hard drive. So
Jeez.
go
Yeah.
figure. You know.
You got rid of something that was just eating it up.
Well, I also got rid of 192 gigs worth of photos. They're now on a backup hard drive. So
Oh, that'll do it.
that too. But yeah, I don't know. Something was killing it.
Is it one of those little backup drives that you get like at Walmart or something?
No, it's a really good one. Here, I'll show you.
Okay.
Well, shit, I don't know where it is. Oh, right there. I thought it was behind the monitor, but it's right here. It's one
Okay.
of these WDs.
Oh yeah.
Western Digital, though. It's a nice one. It's a solid state.
Okay.
This is
You
a
may wanna
gigantic
spend that
solid
one-
state.
Okay. No, you should be okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's 2 terabyte solid state.
Oh, nice.
So, all right. So we ready to get rolling, gentlemen?
Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I tried to boost the volume.
welcome
I thought it was going to be the trailer again.
No.
a most unpredictable affair.
It is indeed.
A podcast that is highly rated by some.
Is it?
But to others, a steaming heap of festering manure. A garbage scow.
I forgot
full to
this
the
one.
brim
Uh-huh.
with dead
Wow.
air and nauseating drivel. You may listen, if you wish, as the crew attempt to defend against the facts of Star Trek Discovery's rumored imminent cancellation and
That's true.
the
Yeah.
total collapse
It's about to go. That's why they made the
of
third season trailer.
CBS All
Yep.
Access, bringing with it, some might say, the ruin of our entire civilization.
This thing goes on for
Yep.
another minute.
That
Oh
is
yeah, we're good.
entire.
We get the point. We're gonna. There it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
You know what? Maybe put that at the end.
Yeah,
For,
yeah. I'll put the whole
People
thing.
who
at the
haven't
end.
heard that.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Okay, we got a little special reaction take, Star Trek TrekCast supplemental. We're doing.
Yeah. Well.
So-
So I guess New York City Comic Con is going on right now, and they released quite a bit of news, trailers, blah blah blah, and so we're doing this in response to that. So we got new trailers for Picard, for Discovery Season 3. We got a trailer for the newest short trek, which is actually now streaming on CBS All Access.
So
Yeah,
a trailer.
tonight, as we
there was
as
a
we speak.
trailer. There was a trailer for the short trek.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
It's
So,
a
all
5-minute
right.
trailer for a 15-minute
I was-
clip.
It's a 30-second trailer.
Yeah.
It's basically a TV promo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
They might as well just released a still photo. I mean,
Yeah.
it did. It did. There's still photos going around.
All right.
I'm
I mean,
sure.
I watched the Picard trailer. I watched the Discovery trailer. I didn't watch the trailer because that's how I look at the short treks. They're a trailer for the real show, so I'm not going to watch a trailer of a trailer.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyway,
So, well, which one do we want to talk about first? I feel like we should take them one at a time.
Oh, let's do Picard.
Okay, that's the one.
Because
everyone-
I'm just the most excited about. I'm excited about both of them,
Yeah.
honestly. But I'm so excited about the Picard one. I mean, it was all day. It's all I could do to not annoy the crap out of my wife and kids about it all day long.
Okay,
So-
wait a minute. Let's go around the room. Did you like the trailer?
Oh hell yeah!
Okay.
yes,
Dan?
yes.
I thought it was bullshit.
What?
Yeah.
This is how
Why?
much. This is how much Dan liked the trailer.
Every time you're near, every time I see you smile.
He loved it. He loved it that much.
I kept watching the trailer thinking, oh, look, this is Star Trek. Old man visits friends.
Well,
come
it did
on.
have a little bit of a Logan vibe to it. I will admit
Yeah,
that.
for sure it does.
I admit that it has this is his last hurrah kind of
Mm,
vibe to it. I understand that.
The guy is 93 years old. How many hurrahs does he have left?
Yeah.
Not very many.
No.
Okay, so it's his
Okay.
last hurrah.
Yeah.
All right,
so
all
that's
right,
okay.
all right, let's
That's
go through
okay.
it. Let's talk about it. So,
Yeah, let's just jump right into it. Right at the beginning of the trailer. You
All
get a
right,
scene.
Data.
Yeah,
Data. We don't know that we don't know that Data is a part of the story.
Not
I mean,
now.
that's clearly a dream sequence
Yep.
that they're showing there.
Yep.
I think the CGI looks better on Data. The de-aging.
Do you think it looks better, or do you think it looks odd? Because when he turns around, I'm looking at him right now. His hair looks weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it looks perfect, but I think it looks better than
blurred.
the last trailer.
I've got it paused at 21 seconds in case you want to follow along while we're doing this, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to dissect every second of this thing.
Mhm.
I am anyway. I don't know what the guys want to do, but I'm going to do it. I got it paused at 21 seconds, and it looks blurry around his scalp right here, where the hair, and then like they had to go and use a blur tool in Photoshop.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, they're blending his digital forehead into his very real wig.
Yeah,
I'm assuming.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Probably.
something.
I
like
mean,
that.
Brent Spiner, if you look at him, his hair hasn't been black in about. I mean, his hair was, I think,
Yeah.
was gray towards the end of the original run of the show.
Right.
So, I'm sure there's not much left on top.
And to be honest, I actually don't care. I don't care that it looks blurry or photoshopped or whatever else. I'm just tickled freaking pink that it's Data again. But at the same time, though, it's like, man, could have gotten that just a little better looking. But hey, it's okay. I don't care.
So-
Brent Spiner, I'm happy.
So I think I caught something in the trailer.
Is it farther
the painting-
along than 21 seconds?
Yeah, well, so he's painting a figure with a cloak on.
Oh
right?
yeah. I could back
Yeah.
that up and look at the image.
Yeah.
Yeah, at 18
It-
seconds you get a good view. And
Yeah.
then again, when you
I'm
skip
imagining it's a
forward.
woman, but you don't know for sure.
Yeah, so
Um,
at 24 seconds, you get a perfect shot of it, and you can see two hands,
Hmm.
and that's it. Everything else is the cloak and the hood.
Yeah.
And there looks to
So-
be one of those water cyclone things off in the distance as well.
Okay.
That's
But
it.
but later when the girl shows up and tells Picard, "I need your help," she's wearing a very similar cloak.
Yeah.
So clearly, Data is telling him what's up. You
Yeah.
need to help us. Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's obviously there's a dream. This is obviously a dream sequence because at 33...
Or
at
something's
30
in that wine.
Yeah, at 30, exactly. At 36 seconds, that's when the dream sequence is. This whole sequence with him and Data's over, and you see him waking up in bed. So I
Yeah.
mean, they wanted that to be a dream
Waking up.
sequence. Obvious.
Waking up, rolling over, and kissing the dog.
Mhm.
Poor bastard.
Calling him number one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number one. Yeah. Which Anyway, we'll get to it. We'll get to it here in a minute because it's such a great moment. Anyway, so
All right, just keep going.
he's got a pretty dusty, kind of well kept, but just kind of a dusty, never sees the light of day kind of looking room.
He needs a Roomba.
Yeah, they make it look they make it look drabby.
Well, you
Yeah, go right
got to
ahead.
remember that.
It's all right, number one.
It's all right, number one. Okay.
You
Yeah.
have to remember that this is Chateau Picard,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
which either it's, we know that his brother and his brother's family died in a fire. Okay,
Mhm.
what we don't know is how much of the original structure was lost and how much of it was rebuilt. And if you remember that his brother kind of followed what his father wanted, and the family home was pretty much devoid of technology. So
Yeah.
whether he's living in his family home and it's still devoid of technology for the most part because that's the family home, or whether he rebuilt it and he's keeping it devoid of technology to kind of honor his family heritage. It does look like I don't know, it does look like an old hostel or something that you
I'm
would
trying
stay
to
in.
look. It doesn't. If that is a rebuilt home from the fire, then they spent a lot of effort to make it look like it was built 400 years ago. From that trailer, it just looks gorgeous and it looks old.
Yeah.
Like it's been passed down for forever. Now I'm looking up photos right now on Google of what the vineyard looked like in the TNG episode when he's there with his brother, and I'm not seeing any shots. I know there's got to be shots of it in that episode.
Yeah, but that doesn't really mean. You know what it looked like? It looked like whatever location they got
True.
35 years
True.
ago to shoot that one episode over a 3-day period.
Yeah, but yeah, and that's true. And I guess they went on location for this as well, so they don't really care to match them up, and that doesn't have any bearing to it, I suppose. But I was just curious if I could find a quick image of it, and if it looked even close, even slightly resembling it, then I'd be like, okay, so that's either.
I don't. Yeah, I don't
maybe
think
you
it
could,
will
maybe you could say
because
something, but probably not.
we saw it again in the final season, and all those scenes take place in the middle of a field, probably
Pretty
because
much.
they didn't have access to the same
Yeah,
location.
yeah.
So I just looked up a trailer breakdown on sci-fi.com, and the headline for this is pretty great. It says Star Trek Picard trailer goes full Blade Runner. They're not wrong.
No, I mean it does have some. Okay, so we'll get to that. I want to go through the trailer and then talk about it.
Let's go through the trailer.
Yeah, so there's you get through the dream sequence. You see his room. He's kissing number one, whatever, and then you see the shots of the vineyard again, which we've already seen. You see him kind of working in his field though a little bit. Then you get to the shot where the girl is walking up to him when he's sitting outside having a glass of wine all by himself. There's nobody there. He's has a hat on the table, bottle of wine, glass of wine. Only one glass, not two. So he's all alone when she walks up. And that's when she says that, again, we hear this line where she needs
Help
his
me,
help.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, you're the only one.
Yeah. That's basically what she's saying.
Yeah. Well, then he goes to The next shot is he goes to Starfleet, and you see this gorgeous holograph of the Enterprise, the TNG Enterprise,
Yeah.
floating
Well,
up.
Looks cool.
Does it have markings on it? Do we know it's the Enterprise, or is it a Galaxy class starship?
It's
Well,
a
we don't
Galaxy
know.
class starship. You cannot see. I'm looking at it right now. I don't think in
Okay.
any of the paused frames that I'm going through that you can see 1701 on it anywhere.
Mhm.
It doesn't look like it. No, you can't. But this next scene though, I'm going to play because this is just This is genius.
ICARD.
It's nice to see you up and around again.
Nice to see you up and around again. And the look on his face is like, I just want to deck you. So that was pretty good. So he gets in there, and then I don't know why, but they've got him walking through some sort of mainframe from the Matrix as he walks through a corridor with someone who I guarantee is an android. If you pause this sucker at 104, where am I at? 104? Yeah, 104. And you see him walking down this server farm. The person he's walking with is an android. Well,
yeah, they opened that drawer and there's like full of androids.
Well, they open the drawer and that's full of Data's parts. But in this trailer, not only do you see...
There's like they open there's somewhere they open a door or something.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of guys in orange suits.
We'll get to that. I'm conflating the two trailers because I watched them like 9 times today. So anyway, So he's walking down this corridor with it's an android. It's an offshoot of Data. It's a recreation of Data or something. It's got the same skin and the same colored eyes. And then you skip forward to 106 and you see a bunch of them in red shirts, for lack of a better word, standing in a line, and they've got the same kind of skin, slightly gold eyes. The one's got F8 stamped on his forehead, and some other tattoos along the side of his no hair along the side of his head. And it looks like they're all a little different because in the background they're not identical. You can't really see them. It's kind of vague, but they're all different. Some are shorter, some are taller, some are a little different skin tone. Some it look like they have white hair. So clearly they have recreated multiple versions of quote-unquote Datas at this point.
Or they're former Borg drones. I mean, we don't know that they're androids. I mean, they show you these trailers, and they show you sometimes they show you scenes, and you're watching the trailer, and it looks like this scene is related to this scene, but they're two totally different scenes,
right? Totally
unrelated to each other.
I'm just talking about the
totally
image,
shown out of sequence.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the image directly.
Misleading
of
on
walking.
Purpose.
Do what?
They're misleading on purpose. Just
they can be. But I'm willing to say that there's going to be androids that are in offshoots of Data in this series, big time, all over the place.
Oh yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. So then he goes and talks to I don't know who, an admiral, somebody in a big office, older lady with white hair, and she pretty much blows him off and tells him he's not in command of anything here anymore. Take a hike.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody's telling you're too old for this shit.
Yeah. Basically. Now that's
it's
an
lethal
interesting
weapon in space.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing. After she tells him off and he's leaving, you get a shot here of him coming down an escalator from 2019, by the way. I just pointing that out.
Technology's in there too.
Not only is it an escalator from 2019 at 1 minute and 14 seconds, if you pause right there, you can see drop ceiling panels from 2019 and HVAC round circular ducting there's no way they still use that far into the future. Not like that.
You're overthinking it, man. Just let it go.
I know. But it's funny. And he's got a visitor's badge on. That's the biggest thing. His badge says visitor, and the Starfleet logo is turned freaking sideways. Why is that? That's weird. It's sideways. The whole thing is a big oval. The Starfleet logo is sideways, and it says visitor right above it. Odd.
I don't know.
Odd. But then we get the Blade Runner portion of the trailer for the next 10, 15 seconds. You see him talking. You see the girl being a BA. You see some blood and gore a little bit while he's talking by a fire. Then it says January 23rd. There we go. There's our date, January 23rd. We thought it was going to be January, and sure enough, it's going to be January. So, and then, of course, in keeping with Star Trek tradition, we get a shot of the rocks out in California that every series has to have at some point or another. Bar none, it can't be a series without it. And this is when he's talking to one of the other regulars who apparently he's got some history with. The black lady that's got the curly blonde hair. I forget her. I don't know what her name is. I don't know any of these characters yet.
I forgot her name.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was on the first few seasons of Law & Order SVU. 15 years ago.
Yeah,
I don't remember her name though. But
So apparently these two have some history. And then we get another gorgeous shot. I don't know if this is Earth or not, but it's just a gorgeous building with spiral monorail Disney Epcot Center attraction roller coaster thing around it, with a floating city off to the right-hand side. That's cool. I've never seen anything like that before, and there's another one in the background as well. You can see two of them. There's one.
That's cool.
There's one in the foreground and one off in the background. So that's pretty slick.
That's Cloud City. That's where
It
Lando's
is. It's
hanging
Cloud,
out.
Yeah, it's Cloud.
Oh, if they bring
This is-
Lando in, I'll be so happy.
This is the ground. Yeah, this is the ground underneath Cloud City that everybody speculated was actually there in Return of the Jedi.
Lando's my favorite.
Yeah. So, and then he's talking to that blonde woman who's apparently a doctor, and is probably the one who figured out how to make more datas, because he's going and enlisting her help. I'm just going to call that one right there.
You know, my gut, the first time I saw her, that's Picard's kid.
Who is
The blonde?
Alison Pill, yeah.
the
There
blonde?
was something in the way that she was like, this means too much to me, or whatever it is she says.
Yeah.
The minute I saw that, I was like, oh, that's his kid. I don't know why. I have no reason to believe this. I could be
With who?
completely wrong.
With who though?
I don't know. They'll say
Let's
later.
hear how she says it. Oh, great. I have no audio. Watch everything die now. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, all right. But whatever. There was just something in the way she spoke, the way she looked at him, the way she acted. I was like, oh, that's his kid.
Yeah.
Like I said, I could be completely wrong. I probably am. But, conspiracy theories, yo.
Right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyways, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going.
So you get through that scene, then you got the young Romulan samurai Jedi master with the swords battling somewhere in Middle Earth. That's what that looks like. I swear that's what that looks like.
He was offering Frodo his sword.
Well, we can't call anybody Fredo anymore. He's not Fredo. Anyway,
I said Frodo.
I know. Dan might get the reference. I don't know. If
Yeah,
anybody,
I get it.
Chris Cuomo.
Chris Cuomo, yeah.
the dumber of the two Cuomo brothers. Anyway.
Oh, did you like my picture of angry William Shatner last week, looking like Andy Cuomo?
Oh, yes. Oh, jeez. I did.
Oh,
I did.
Lord.
I meant to tell you. I did.
Oh, Lord.
Oh,
All right,
man.
anyway, let's keep
Keep going. So
Keep
we get a
going.
bunch of different shots. This is technically the Blade Runner portion of the trailer, because you get a lot of jump shots. At one point, you see literally pieces of Borg hanging from a ceiling in some way, shape, or form that have blood and guts hanging out of them. I mean, this is Freddy Krueger moments here with Blade Runner involved. But
And
it does.
You see you.
Yeah, and you see 7 of 9 being a complete badass, and she's got more Borg still on her than we were led to believe. Her hand is covered still. We have a moment with whoever the captain of this ship is that Picard ends up getting on, with more holographic projections than J.J. Abrams would even dare to throw onto the bridge of the Enterprise, smoking a giant stogie. So I like this guy already. But it flashes around a whole bunch. Apparently, he pilots the ship with his fingers floating in the air. That's the one I wanted to bring up. At 1 minute and 52 seconds, we see a Romulan warbird, and I do not mean a Romulan warbird a la TNG. I mean a Romulan warbird that looks like it's from TOS.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
I don't know what's going on there. That is really interesting.
I wonder if it's flashback.
No, because the ship that's fighting it looks like the same ship from that they shot ago that maybe they're either on or that it does not look like a flashback. It'd be great if the audio would play at this point, but now I'm kind of. Is my audio still working? Let's check it real quick.
I can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're not getting any of that. We hear you. We don't hear the clips.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Don't worry about it, man.
Anyway, it
Just
doesn't
keep
matter. Well, I'm not.
So
I'm
which
trying to play the
ship
soundboard
is-
too, and it's not working.
Which ship is shooting at the Romulan warbird? It's the ship that we believe they're going to be on for this
Yeah,
show.
we don't have a name for it yet. But,
Okay.
No, we
Yeah.
don't.
So, I mean, it could be a flashback. We don't know how old that ship is. We don't know how long it's been around.
Mhm.
No.
He obviously went to Starfleet to try and go through proper channels to do whatever it is he's trying to do, and they told him to pound sand. So, he went to the Mos Eisley Cantina and,
He definitely met Han Solo.
found
That
a
guy in the
pilot.
chair.
Yeah, yep. Found a pilot who said, "You've never heard of the Millennium Falcon? I did the Kessel Run." Blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
So I mean, it might be the fastest hunk of junk in the galaxy, and it was around 100 years ago to do battle with an old TOS era Romulan warbird. So
Right.
or bird of prey, whatever they were called back then. I don't know.
Something.
We'll have to wait and see.
Something. Okay.
And then we get to.
Then we get back to Middle Earth, where Jean-Luc Picard is now suddenly a swordsman.
Mm-hmm.
He's
It's-
always been a swordsman. He was always fencing
Another dream.
on
Yeah.
TNG.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Okay.
It's
all
in
right.
the same camp as where we saw the Romulan kid a few moments ago. So then you get more shots of the Borg drone, which is clearly under someone's control. Romulan, Federation, somebody. It's not a Borg drone that's trying to attack the Federation or anybody else. It's a Borg drone that's under control, and I bet it's under control by the Romulans because you see some of these ships flying around it. And yeah, I can't even get it to play now. It's just kind of stopping and going. Anyway,
Yeah.
so clearly the blonde
Mm-hmm.
knows this guy who's going to be captain of the ship because they're pals and they're high-fiving and laughing and over some reason.
Right.
But then you get the next really interesting part of this trailer. At 158, you see some guy, some girl who I don't think I've seen in any of these trailers before, but the girl is talking to the guy about how the young girl that's come to see Picard has some sort of information and they have to get it from her. And in the very next scene, you see this new dude kissing the young girl. So there's some underhanded stuff going on behind the scenes with whoever this crew is going to be on the ship. He's going to be on the ship with. So then you see Hugh and all of his stuff all over his face.
Yeah.
Followed, and you don't know what the hell he's doing because he's just ducking around a corner. And then you see
He's
Seven
got a
of
lot
Nine.
less stuff than when we last saw him.
Yeah, a lot less. He's got hair and everything else.
Yeah.
Then you see 7 of 9 kicking ass where she's got 2 rifles at once, shooting people as she strolls down a hall. It's now the Matrix a la 2001 with
Yeah.
Wachowski brothers, and I'm ready for a slow-mo panning of her jumping through the air as she fires and takes out 6 or 7 guys at once. That would be fantastic. Then the piece de resistance, the icing on the cake, the creme in the butter. You get a shot of Will Riker cooking in his kitchen,
Yeah.
yelling at his daughter, and his daughter's like, "Dad, Dad!" He's like, "What? Stop yelling!"
It's Jean-Luc Picard. That's
And he's
the
like,
point where,
"What?"
Yeah, I was sitting in my dining room watching this, and
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
No,
And it
I
was-
wasn't either. It was great.
It was cool.
It was awesome.
Danielle doesn't
So-
think so.
No.
I'm too focused on his apron. That thing is so weird looking.
Oh, it's a normal apron. It's got the crisscross in the back and then tied. It's okay.
I don't know, man. It reminds me of a butcher's apron.
Maybe he was killing a pig. Yeah, it is pretty heavy. So
Yeah.
maybe he was killing a pig. I don't know.
With
You
that
know what's
Grizzly
funny?
Adams beard, like, is he
The
doing
last-
some carpentry or?
Yeah.
The last time we saw him, he was wearing an apron because he was the chef on
Yep.
on
Enterprise.
Enterprise.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's
So-
callback.
Yeah. But he's obviously stunned to see him, so there has to have been some sort of fallout where they don't talk very often. I mean, 20 years removed from them working together, maybe. I don't know, but you would think that they'd still be pretty close. And they are, obviously, but you can tell that there's some distance there.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you see him hugging Deanna, and she's gardening, like a good wife would be. So
It's down home with the Rikers.
it's down home
Yeah.
with the Rikers, and they got a kid that still lives there. Let's hope he's not pulling a Jake Sisko and just writing on an iPad all day.
Just doing whatever he wants.
Yeah, so
So what do you think? How many kids do they have? What are they named? What are you thinking?
they have one, and his name is Thomas.
Yeah,
so?
there you go. I
That's my
doubt
guess.
Uncle Thomas.
Oh,
comes
it's a
by.
girl. It's a girl, though. You can hear it's a girl's
Yeah.
voice, so it can't be a guy's name.
I think they have a son. Whether it's in addition to this daughter, but I think his name is Jean-Luc. I really do.
Yeah.
There was that TNG episode where
Yeah, he has a son.
Yep, I think it was Future Imperfect, I think it was called. And he had a son, and his son's name was Jean-Luc. So I think that would be an interesting callback. But we'll see.
I think it'll be funny if they mention, like, yeah, I named my son Jean-Luc. I named my dog number 1.
Yeah.
Well, that's the scene I want to see when you see the two of them sitting on a pier, and this comes up a little later in the trailer, and they're talking, and they're having a nice little bonding moment. I kind of want to see Riker lean over and goes, "You called your dog what?"
Yeah.
That'd be perfect.
I almost wonder if that's the last shot of the series. Like, him sitting there with Riker at the end, kind of like going over everything. Because he says, hey, thanks for not talking me out of this. And he goes, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
That seems very, we're done with the adventure.
maybe. The very next shot is again of that old Romulan warbird. I can't tell if it's the same one or not. It looks really similar, but not quite. So I don't know if it's a different angle or what, but it's another shot of that old warbird. So that's got more play probably than just one scene, I would think. If they're showing it twice in 2 different sections of the trailer, who knows? I don't know, but it's speculation time right now, right?
And you know what? Maybe it's not a flashback. I mean, you got to remember their home world is gone.
Yeah.
Right.
So
What ships do they have? Yeah.
yeah, stuff that was previously mothballed is back in service.
Right. Out of necessity. Yeah.
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 This is when the trailer goes full on the Ring 4, where we see this ring in the ground with rocks in a circle and 7 or 8 different black-garbed and cloaked figures standing around it, like the Eye of Sauron. I don't know. It's a strange image, but it's pretty cool looking. So I don't know what that means, but anyway. Keep going. We see a really pissed off 7 of 9. Here's that Romulan warbird again, firing green phasers in 2 different directions. And then we get the scene of Picard and Riker on their deck saying, thanks for not talking me out of it. And he's like, I never would, So that's that. And that is the end of the trailer. That is the whole thing. I loved it. I'm excited. I thought this show is going to be so cool. It's just going to be so cool. It doesn't look or feel like a TNG episode, obviously, for obvious reasons.
No.
But none of, I don't think any of the Trek series, the new ones anyway, now on CBS All Access, are going to have the same kind of feeling or the same kind of setups as any of the previous episodes or series of Treks at all. They're all serialized.
Cinematography and storytelling techniques change over time. If
Dramatically.
you look at the TOS era movies, they don't look like TOS episodes. And TNG, the first season felt very TOS, like they were trying to recreate TOS episodes. Right. And then around season 3, they gave up on that. And then from season 3 TNG straight up through Enterprise, there was a Star Trek style.
Yeah.
All the episodes were shot the same way. The camera movements were the same way. The establishing shots were the same way. The only thing that changed was the technology a little bit. They were able to do more with the CGI, but just the regular shots on a soundstage, they were all shot the same way. But that was 2005, the last time we saw that. And a lot has changed. A lot has changed in television since then. So I think if they shot it to look like an episode of TNG, it would be awkward. So, I'm kind of okay with that.
Yeah.
That's irritating. That won't work. Anyway, okay.
Let it go, man. It's okay.
Yeah, let it go. It's not going to work.
No.
It's we don't have a lot of time, so
No.
Yeah, we still got another trailer to go through. We've already done
I
this
don't
for
know
half
if we're
an
gonna
hour.
get to. I don't know if we're gonna get to another trailer tonight. My kids are waiting on me to watch a movie. So.
yeah.
Okay. Well, let's
So
get
let's-
just. What'd you think of the season 3 trailer?
Awesome. Again, I thought it was
Okay.
awesome. So we're gonna let's cover that in a separate one because we're already
Yeah. Let's finish
we're
up.
like-
Let's
we're like
finish
six-
up talking about
yeah.
Picard.
we're like 16
Okay,
minutes.
let's do
We're
that.
16 minutes farther than I thought we'd go. So anyway,
Yeah.
but then
Okay.
again, my little breakdown and how I want to do that is just I stop. I don't shut up. So anyway.
Okay. All right, we'll cover that one in the next episode, and maybe the short trek if we can get around to it.
Yep, we'll do that too. So
Okay,
all right.
sounds good.
Final
So-
takeaways from the trailer. Go ahead, Dan.
Oh.
No,
I was
what were
gonna
you going to
ask-
say? No, go ahead and ask
I
a
was
question.
gonna
That's fine.
ask you guys, having seen this next trailer, what do you think about this girl? Who do you think she is? I know we talked about it once before, but
It's hard to say, but my guess would be that they're going to pull the old she's got some Picard DNA in her somehow, but she's also resistant to Borg nanoprobes, and that's why she's so important.
okay.
And the
Yeah, I was
Romulans
gonna
are trying
say-
to kill her because they don't want anybody to be immune because they're trying to turn the technology into their favor.
Okay.
That's my guess.
My guess is she's some sort of independent Borg queen.
hmm
She's got something within her that Borg drones will just listen to her and do what she says. You know, because she's like Neo, she is the one, and they've got to protect her.
Yeah, that's very possible.
Yeah.
Very possible. How about you, Dan? What do you think?
Well, I said from the beginning that I thought she was the offspring of Picard and
Mhm.
and the Borg Queen. However, the ship that the Borg Queen was on in First Contact was destroyed, right?
Mhm.
And she was destroyed.
Mhm.
And the ship that Locutus was on in Best of Both Worlds was destroyed.
Mhm.
So I don't know how they could have actually gotten together. That's been bothering me for a little while. But then I watched a video today on YouTube, and the guy made some really good points about this. And he pulled from old episodes, he pulled from Nemesis, things that didn't make sense in Nemesis that they could actually fix
Mhm.
with this show. And he brought up the point that the timelines didn't jive. That when they would have had to create a clone of Picard to make Shinzon, Picard wasn't anybody yet. He wasn't anybody important. He was still the captain of the Stargazer. He hadn't, he wasn't the captain of the flagship of the Starship Enterprise, the flagship of the Starfleet. But this guy made a point that yesterday's Enterprise, Tasha Yar, alternate Tasha Yar,
Mhm.
went back in time and lived several years on Romulus, married a Romulan, father was the mother of Sela, and that she had knowledge of the future.
Oh yeah.
And how important Picard would be to the Federation, even though it was a different Federation, an alternate timeline. But if the Tal Shiar had gotten a hold of that information and knew that, hey, this young Captain Jean-Luc Picard, captain of the Stargazer, he's going to be somebody 10 years from now. Let's get some genetic material from him while he's nobody and start working on a clone to replace him. And
Like you do.
like you do,
Yeah,
like you
yeah.
do. But it was really interesting to this guy pulled all this together. I don't know
That's
if it's-
interesting. Yeah, I
Yeah,
hadn't thought
I
about
don't-
all that.
I
Yeah.
don't know if it's accurate. And then he even went so far to say, at the end of Voyager, future Janeway. Wait, I don't know. It's been a while since I watched that one, but I think she uploaded a virus to the Borg, and the Borg Queen just kind of like fell apart, and the collective fell apart, and so you had all these Borg ships just kind of sitting there with no Queen to control them. And I don't know, if I was the Romulan Empire, I would seize that opportunity to maybe take control of some of these Borg ships. So I don't know. I kind of went off on a big tangent, but
no, it makes sense though. I see where you're coming from. I mean, I don't.
He said it a lot better than I did.
Yeah.
Go find this guy's video. If you go on YouTube and you search Picard trailer, it's going to be one of the first ones.
It's like a breakdown or something.
Yeah, it's going to be one of the first ones coming up in the search results.
Okay.
But and she could be Data's daughter still. I don't know. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
No, she's got that cut on the head. Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Data's daughter.
We won't know.
No, not Data's daughter.
We'll know in January.
Yeah, not that far off.
We'll know in January.
3 months, man.
Mm-hmm.
3 months. So.
Well,
Yeah,
cool.
that's good. I'm excited. I'm excited for it. I thought it was a kick-ass trailer. I know Daniel's not really a fan of it so far, but hey.
Old man visits friends.
Yeah. Which, I mean, what did we really think the show was going to be? He's 93 years old, but it is what it is. So,
yeah.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
Good episode. I can't play any outro clips because the damn soundboard decided to stop working,
That's
and
all
so
right.
did all the
Well,
auto
we're done.
hijack stuff. But hey, at least we recorded and it's in video, and all that's good. So
Thanks
one step at
everybody
a
for
time.
listening.
Yep, one step at a time. So
And you can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, our Facebook group at TrekCastTNG. Email is trekcasttng@gmail, or chatiswrong@gmail. And we have our Ko-fi account too. You can find that on our website, trekcast.com. And yeah, thanks.
make sure you donate to that coffee account because apparently we need some extra funds for better gear.
Indeed. Indeed.
All right, I got a little guy. I got to go tuck in.
Yep.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Sounds
Appreciate
good.
it. Have a
All
good
All
one.
right, guys. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.